Benji,
What's he doing?
he's
Is he
he's
licking?
yapping at me. No, he's saying, "Mummy, take me outside," but it's raining out there.
Is it in Queensland?
It's been raining for like 2 weeks. It's ridiculous.
Well, hopefully it stops because I'm going there on Monday
Oh, really?
to Noosa, yeah.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been really bad. Shall we
True.
record?
Yes. Okay.
Tell me when.
Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second
Hi.
episode. How exciting! We're
So
here.
exciting.
We made it. We're back again.
Finally.
Yes, yes. Apologies about the delay, but busy gals, busy schedules, and here we are. We made it
Busy
back.
lives, things to do.
Exactly. Welcome back to Real Rise, the podcast. We
Woo!
received such amazing feedback from our first podcast. Thank you to everyone who sent us messages and shared on our Instagram. That was so appreciated, and it really helps us to spread the word and share this around so we can provide value for as many people and listeners as possible, right?
Yeah, it was really exciting, and scary to be so vulnerable and
Yes.
upload and promote it, I guess, like
Hmm.
onto our personal pages and stuff like that. And um I mean
Yeah.
lots of really good like reviews from friends and family listening
Yeah.
in and trying to get as much feedback as we can.
Chucked you
Um
right in the deep end.
yeah. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good.
it
It's
is.
really good.
And thank you so much for all of your feedback. It's kind of weird when like someone comes up to you and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I listened to your podcast," and I'm like, I can't remember what I said in every second of the podcast, and now I'm scared.
Oh yeah, my mum, you know how I brought up the fact that I loved fresh bread and we were talking about it and all that stuff. Anyways, mum came up to Brisbane and my nan
Yeah.
and I had fresh bread like from the bakery and she came over and she's like, "Oh, I was gonna get you a loaf of fresh bread because you told everyone how I never got it for you when you were a kid." So before she left, she bought me a loaf of fresh bread. So I know
Oh,
she's listening right now. So anything we talk about, she's thinking about it.
she's dialed in. She's like, you can't make me look like a bad mom who never got her daughter fresh bread, okay? I
Yeah.
did Tip Top, and Tip Top was the best I could do.
So they're listening to every word. They're watching.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like so
actually,
nice
they
though.
will be watching hopefully this time. We'll upload this to YouTube.
Yes, this time we are video recording, so you get to see our faces as we talk and our backgrounds. Last time I was sharing my screen the entire time, so you wouldn't have actually been able to see us at all in the video.
It was pretty funny when we reviewed the video and we were like, should we? Should we upload it? And then we're like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, no, it just wasn't meant to be. And so yeah, this will go up on our YouTube channel. Um we'll upload it at the same time as the podcast goes up, so you'll be able to check it out. I'll leave the link to everything in the show notes. And you can also check out our Instagram, social media, website, and everything like that in the show notes. And also the advice box segment, you'll be able to access the Typeform link, which is in the show notes, where you can come and ask any advice or questions that you may have about life. I'm a life coach. I've been doing life coaching for 3 years. Tash did life coaching with me for 2 years.
I
And we're
did.
both just personal development lovers,
Doing our
forever
best.
doing our best, forever growing, forever learning. So yeah, we would love to share our different opinions and perspectives on something that you're maybe challenged with or curious about. Any questions are, there's no question off the table.
Yeah. We won't probably be doing it advice box today because no one gave us anything. But that's okay.
That's okay. We forgive you, but get onto it, please.
Please.
Because we're here literally offering, yeah, free advice. Come and get it. Why not?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
let's
Let's
check
dive
in.
in. Let's check in. Let's dive in. Oh my gosh, I almost said let's check in. We almost jinxed each other. That would have been really cool.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So, where am I at right now? How am I feeling? Right now, I feel really good. Coming off of yesterday where I did not feel very good. I got my
Mm.
nails done in the morning and then I just came home and just flopped on the bed and I've started watching Vampire Diaries. I've never seen it before, but I've heard everyone rave about it. And I really like to use Netflix and watching TV, excuse me, as a way to switch off. It's literally the only way that I can turn my brain off to stop thinking about business. And I was just like flicking through and I was like, yeah, Vampire Diaries came up. I'll give it a go. And I am well and truly hooked. I'm
I
loving it.
think I've watched a bit of it. I think I have. I do remember
Yeah.
enjoying it. I think it got boring towards the end and I gave up.
I can see how it can get quite repetitive, but for now it's just like that toxic drama. I'm just addicted to it. So yeah, I was just watching that. I had work to do. I had things that I'd set for myself to do yesterday, but I had this part of me just completely taking over who didn't want to do anything and just wanted to just lay there and then I had another part of me that's like no, come on, like we've got to take action. The more perfectionistic part that's like, no, we've got to do what we said we were going to do. We've got to honor our commitments. And so I was in this place of like stuck tension. And I just knew that I had thoughts and emotions to process. But I just like my clients, I totally get it. The emotion is there, and you know that the tool that can help you to work through it but you just want to avoid it. Like your brain is like, nah, 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 nah. Don't worry about it. Don't do it.
She'll
Like
be right.
you'll be right. And then my brain's like, go and have some sugar. Just go. I know that you're eating really healthy right now, but like you deserve it. Like go on. Just go have something sweet. But like luckily enough, I was so connected to my self energy still that I was able to know that that was a lie that my brain was trying to tell me to avoid experience like avoid feeling my emotions. Um, so yeah, I ended up just like getting on the floor and just crying and being like, I just can't do it anymore. Like I can't deal with this back and forth. Like, am I laying here stressing out or am I gonna just do something? And then I prayed and I used the tool. I used the my mindset checklist tool, which I share with all of my clients to help them to feel and process emotions and support themselves in the best way. And yeah, as soon as I started doing the checklist, I felt so much better. And I instantly was reconnected to myself and my purpose. And um, yeah, I was able to just get back on track after half a day of just spiraling. And then so yeah, today I'm feeling better. I've realigned my thoughts, taken ownership of my feelings and processed them and um yeah, things are still busy and up in the air, but I'm feeling a lot better. I went for a run this morning, which felt really good.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. My one positive in my life would be that I am going to Noosa on Monday with Lockie, and I am obsessed with Queensland. If you know me, you know that that's where my heart is. That's where I want to live. That's where I want to end up. The journey is all about getting there. So if you want to follow along and watch me try and work my way to getting there, then keep tuning into these podcasts and follow me on social media. Um, but yeah, I'm so excited to be back in the energy of Queensland. It's so different to New South Wales. I'm going to be in Noosa for a week. So I
Hey.
feel so bloody spoiled. I've been so fortunate to go on many, many holidays this year and do lots of traveling, but that was my intention. That was something that I'd been working towards literally since COVID, I was like, okay, COVID stopped me from traveling, and now I'm ready. Like, I want to travel. I want to travel and work at the same time, which is a goal that I've ticked off. I recently went to Melbourne and did a coaching call for my clients while I was there, and that was a real like, wow, we've worked for 3 years to get to this place, and that was the original dream and goal of starting my business. And so yeah, I'm excited to do an Instagram post about that and kind of share that moment. But yeah, lots of positives. But my one negative, um, my one negative would be just having, I've got a lot of different options, and I know that there's many different paths that I can take. And this has been a bit of a common theme for me ever since coming back from Europe. I can see that there's so many different paths that I can take in terms of business. And my perfectionistic, compliant brain wants to analyze and calculate all of the, potential positives and negatives of every decision. But that leaves me in a place of not making a decision and not taking action, and being stuck and being afraid to make a choice, because then I'm like, what if it's the wrong choice? Right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just in that place of tension right now. And I guess I'll share later on how I'm working through it. But
Yeah.
that's my check-in. That is me. I'm like so
Well,
excited to hear about you.
you should be really proud of yourself, with how far you've come though. You've done a lot of work to get to
Thank
where you
you.
are right now. Being able to coach while you're away. It's
Thank
exciting.
you.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
It's definitely not easy, but it has been the thing that's been most worth it in my life. Like, I just don't even know what my life was like before personal development and self-reflection now. Um, and yeah, I guess like sometimes when you're living in your own life, you forget how far you have come. So thanks for that reminder.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I actually, it's funny, I had a little meltdown yesterday too. I was
Mm.
sitting on my bed and I was like, oh, it's my birthday tomorrow and I turned 26
It
and
is.
it
It's
is
in
my
my
birthday
calendar.
tomorrow. And I was just sitting there and I was just like, I'm turning 26. I always, like, even last podcast, I said, I don't want to get older. I enjoy being young. I always wanted to be a little kid. And I was just like, what have I done this year? Like, we always feel like we haven't done enough. And then I had to, like, I sat there and I was like, hey, well, what have I done? And I was like, all right, well, we raised and restumped our house. We've built a retaining wall.
Huge.
I'm up to 6 units of uni. I just started my Cert 4 in workplace and business coaching.
Yes,
Like,
you did. That is like the most exciting thing of the year, Tash. Like, you've been
for
working towards this for
like
so
three
long.
years. Yeah. So
Yes.
finally I've started it. My big folder's over there with my Cert 4. Um,
Woo.
And yeah, just like trying to like rattle off the top of my head, what have I achieved? I also am getting promoted at work, which is another huge thing that I didn't think would happen.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. So
and
good.
posting to a new squadron, I'm like, it's
Mm-hmm.
so easy for us to feel, I guess, like useless or worthless or like we haven't done
Mm.
enough. And then like reflecting on what we have done and being like, okay, like it's been hard. It's been really hard, but like I'm here. I've still done it. Like I've done trips overseas,
Mm-hmm.
like 6 week or 4 weeks in PNG, 2 weeks in Fiji. I did the Kokoda Trail.
Yeah, you
Like
did, right? Like, it's like, okay, how many
I
more
forgot
things
that
do you want to
was July.
list?
Yeah, like yeah, crazy. Yeah.
And you
Anyways,
started a freaking podcast
oh
amongst
yeah.
all of
Oh,
that.
and I also started a run club.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. At
Yeah,
work or? Oh
Ipswich Run Club. No,
my gosh, is that you?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I see in
I
the
wanted
Ipswich
to
Run Club.
surprise you. I was like, oh, I should follow her. I haven't
I
said
s-
anything.
I've been seeing it everywhere. I'm like getting all of these follows. I'm like, why is this Ipswich Run Club like person so keen to just like follow me? Like, I don't get it. I don't know anyone in Ipswich, but duh, it's you.
Yeah, so I started a run club.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I'm gonna follow you and share. That is amazing.
So funny. I just wanted to build some community. Ipswich doesn't have a run club, which I was like, it's just such an untouched market in Ipswich. Just so many people I know love to run, and a lot of people that I work with run. And
Incredible.
yeah, so I just
Oh
did
my
it.
gosh, that is so good. Look at you. You're like this is you stepping into the coach, right? It's the community builder, the space holder. Like you're already doing it.
It's so weird.
And
And
and to
I was,
think that yesterday you were like, what have I actually achieved and done this year?
yeah. And like both of us, we both do it. We both get really upset because we
True.
both like are so emotional and we're high achievers.
We are.
Like it's yeah, I don't know. It's pretty scary like how much we can put ourselves down when we actually are achieving a lot. And I think it's because we always want to do more. Like I always want to give back more. Bradley was like, "Why are
Mm,
you starting a run club?" And I was like, "Why not? What do I have to
why?
lose?"
Why not add another thing onto my plate? But if it's fulfilling you, and fulfilling your purpose, then it's not going to be another thing on your plate. It's going to be
Yeah.
something I look forward to.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's really exciting.
That's like the connection circles for me. Like I'm busy enough and then I just had this idea of like trying to, build community and a safe space for people. And then like that's where the whole idea of the connection circle came from and it does not even feel taxing at all. It is like
Yeah.
it's the thing that just gives me so much joy and it's just making such a positive impact on so many people's lives and like I just can't wait for you to see that with your run club,
Yeah.
like
I wish I could
building
come
and
to your
creating
connection circle.
communities. I know, I
Yeah.
wish you could too.
It would
When are you
be
coming down
I missed
to
out on
Sydney?
so much. Like the 21st of December, I think.
Oh, wait, when do you go
Yeah.
back?
Uh like early January. Um, but it depends on when Bradley's sister has her baby. Will
Oh,
we
she's
like we're
having a
staying
baby.
yeah, she's due
Oh,
late December, I think, like the 28th or something. So we're
oh,
gonna hang around until she pops because we want to be there for it.
that's
So,
so funny. Lockie's birthday is the 29th.
oh bless.
Imagine if they have the same birthday. Well, the January connection circle, if you're still around, is going to be on
Oh yeah.
the 10th of January. So it's probably
Ooh.
pushing it, but if you can,
It might be pushing it, but I'm planning on putting in leave until the 13th of till the 12th of January. So I'll have a
w-
look.
well, stay tuned on our socials to see if Tash gets to make it to the January connection
Yeah.
circle.
Also, I'm getting my tonsils out next year. Random.
What?
Yeah, on the 16th of January. So
That's
pray for me.
huge. I will be praying for you. When is it? The 16th?
Yeah.
Wow, huge.
I actually got tonsillitis last week whilst I was doing my Cert 4. So I
Mm.
was so drained and I had a fever and I was just sitting in class like beaming, paying attention. And on the Friday, I was like to my instructor, Natalie, I was like, look, I'm just a bit sick. I don't know if like I'm gonna be able to give you all of my attention, but I'm gonna try. And she was really lovely about it. And yeah, she's really good. She owns Open Door Coaching. Um,
hmm Mm.
and her Cert 4 is an international accreditation. So
That sounds familiar. So that's who you're doing
yeah,
it with?
she's pretty big. Yeah. Yeah, Open Door Coaching is pretty big. They have a podcast.
Amazing.
um
We'll link
as
her
well. Yeah, she's
in the
lovely.
show notes.
She was so good.
So
Um,
good. Oh my gosh. So okay, yeah, let's talk more about like the problem solving in the when we share the like what we're working on.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But like what you said and that whole like idea of reflection, that's I want to speak to that.
Okay. Well, I'll give you one positive thing.
Yes, do it.
Um, I brought Mum, myself, and Bradley bought me a new watch.
Oh, combined purchase.
Yeah, I bought it yesterday. Super
Oh my
exciting.
goodness. Garmin?
Forerunner, yes. Forerunner 965. It's on sale for $800, $200 off.
Oh, damn.
It's
Nice.
my third Garmin and my third Forerunner. They're like for running and triathlons and stuff like that.
Does it
Um,
give you that good?
yeah, it's like sleek and lightweight and kind of a bit more feminine. I looked at another one and it was a bit more
Mm,
like manly, and I was like, I like it, but I'm probably gonna sleep with this on, and I wanted a thinner one
mm.
to like sleep with.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was
Does
exciting.
it
Got
help
that
you with your
yesterday.
running?
Yeah, so it's meant to like coach you as well, so it can give you ideas on like what to do, like what
What?
yeah,
Wow.
what's the word? I'm gonna get it wrong. You know
Like
how
your
you have like
pace?
different sections of like is it stages or oh
Yeah,
I can't think of the word.
like
Stage
you're
one, stage two, or
running.
whatever.
Yeah,
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 like
yeah.
where to sit and to improve your stages to like sort of like what pace, blah blah blah, like you just said.
Yeah. Yep,
But
yep.
I'll let you know more when I actually utilize it. This is my
In your run club.
first day. Yeah, that's what I was like as well I was like to the lady at Rebel, I was like, I'm gonna plot in the fact that I just started an Ipswich Run Club to this lady. And I was like, oh, it's so awkward. And I was like, oh, I might go the Forerunner because I've just started a run club in Ipswich. And she's just like, and she literally just explained to me how she doesn't do like much exercise. And I was like, ah, well, I'll just chuck it in there anyways. She's like,
Nah,
oh,
yeah.
okay. And I was like, eh. She didn't
Give,
care.
give it the plug. You gotta do a cheeky
Yeah,
plug.
gotta do a plug.
Hey, you might be doing a really great thing for her if it really like sparks her interest and then maybe community is something that she's lacking in her life or you know running is something she's always wanted to do but just been too afraid to. So who knows, you might
You
come
never
up on her
know.
Instagram and she'll be like, "Oh, I met this girl at work." And then you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, that's a
Like,
positive.
yeah. And a negative. Negative.
I love that way. It's very like our brains are so positively geared now because
Yeah,
of all of the practice and the personal development that we've done, where this is actually a way of evolving your brain because our brains are negatively geared. Like
weird.
they're designed to focus on the negatives. And so oftentimes you'll find yourself like complaining or, you know, just like focusing on what's going wrong in your life. And that's not because you're a negative person by any means. It's actually just how our brains are designed. That's how they've evolved. But to evolve to the next level would be to practice turning your attention to the positives and then doing that on a repetitive basis to actually change the way that your brain is wired.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
love that. I love that it's hard for us to come up with a negative, but like let's do it because the negatives still hold a place.
Yeah. I have two uni assignments due on Friday next week.
Why is
Sad.
that negative?
That is negative because it means I have to sit down and study and write my assignments. And one of them is a huge reflection. It's like 2,500 word reflection or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're good at reflecting.
yeah, but then I gotta refer to economics and
Fun.
it's just yeah, it's just yeah, it is what it
Yeah.
is. It
Well,
is what
you're
it is.
working on both. Like you're just absolutely filling your brain with the most relevant and amazing information for you for your goals in the upcoming years of, starting your own business and being a life coach, like doing the Cert 4 in coaching and leadership, was it?
Uh, Coaching in workplace and business coaching, sorry.
Or workplace and business coaching. Yeah, and doing a business degree. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it's uncomfortable now, but it's like that short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
And this is like when it's sometimes hard to think about it. And then I remember I've been doing uni for 2 years now, which is like crazy.
Wow. Time just goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got
It's
2.5 years left. So I'm like kind of halfway.
what? I literally
Yeah.
remembered when you were like thinking of starting.
Yeah. I know. I was living in Salisbury
Yeah.
and I was umming and ahhing about doing business or engineering. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do engineering. Can't be bothered.
Yeah, nah, not where the passion lies.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
not necessarily where I want to end up. And also
Mm,
just a lot harder of a degree. So would have
yeah.
just been a lot. It would have been a lot on me. But
Mm,
but here we're making progress. That's really all that matters.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
on the
It's
journey.
it's not maybe something that's like lighting you up, and maybe you're feeling a little bit of like anxiety around like actually doing the assignment and getting it done and submitting it and whatnot, but that's just the other 50%, yeah, the other 50% of life, right?
Yeah.
It can't always be sunshine, rainbows, and or even just, mildly happy days. There's going to be the uncomfortable things, and that's just the other 50% of the human experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's one of the
Exactly.
things that I remind, like in my, that's it, the one of the things in the my mindset checklist that I teach my clients and that I took myself through yesterday. I use it whenever I'm feeling emotionally challenged to support myself. I actually want to share it with you because you have done all the prerequisites to understand how to utilize it and apply it for yourself. It's got like the unsuccessful and successful model in it and the 4 steps to feel guide and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the affirmation reminders in there is that life is meant to be felt negative 50% of the time.
Yeah. Which is true.
Yeah, and that's what I said to myself yesterday. I was like, it's okay. This is just the other 50%. This is just what's meant to be. It's meant to be happening like this. I'm not meant to be happy and feeling ecstatic and super, productive all of the time.
Yeah, it can be draining. Um, I procrastinate so much. So I feel that. And then you forever feeling bad about it because you just did it without like planning it.
Mm,
And then you hate on yourself for the things that you've done, but you can't change the past. You can only be better in the future. And it's a forever
true.
cycle, really.
It is. It is. And like that's the thing. Well, there's two things that I want to talk to about this. Because I've got two ideas that just come up in my mind. Love this.
Go
So
for it.
the first one is that it is a oh my gosh, and I just remembered like how I never came to remember that thing in our last podcast.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I
Well,
never came around. It never came to me. I think like there was only 1 point. There just wasn't 2 points.
that's right.
I'm
You're
like,
like, what is the
well,
second point?
I like went through and I read through the notes and I was like, no, there's not a second thing. There's only just the 1 point. Oh
I
gosh.
hate that.
Anyway, I've been loving seeing these Instagram posts saying, it is a privilege to feel the pressure of, handing in a uni assignment, or that it's a privilege to feel like I'm procrastinating. It's a
Didn't I send that to you?
oh my gosh, did you? I think you
It was me.
did.
It was me.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm
Look at
gonna link.
us.
I'm gonna link the post that
Yeah, it
you,
was like,
yeah.
yeah, a privilege to feel like sore from working out and stuff like that. And like, it's a
Mm,
privilege to be able to go to the gym and just
yeah,
remembering, yeah, we are very privileged.
we are. And I love the quote by Chris Bumstead. He's like the Olympia 6 times winner of bodybuilding. He says that pressure is a privilege. I'm
Yep.
like, yes, yes, it is. Yeah, feeling the pressure, but reminding myself that, yeah, it is a privilege. All right. Well, so we don't have anything for um the advice box segment, but we're going to give our advice in the next section, which is just sharing, what we're working on, what we've overcome this week. Um, did you want to continue with that, Tash, or do you want me to go?
Feel free to go.
All right. So what I am working on. I'm working on I don't know how relevant this is going to be, but I'm working on business. God has connected me with a speaking coach, a business coach, my past business coach, and a book, an audio book all about marketing and business. And so I feel like, this coach is saying to do this, and in the book he says to do this, and this person says that, and there's all these different routes and opportunities and places that I can do and that I can follow as I'm making decisions about, what I want to offer my clients and my community in my business next year. And I just feel completely overwhelmed. And I'm like, God, like, why did you bring, I asked God to show me the way, but I'm like, I didn't ask for you to show me 5 different ways.
Yep.
Because now I'm like, I don't know which one is the best one. And so I was kind of like in that tension. And but I just have been reminded today, and a little bit yesterday, as I'm Christian, so I turn to God whenever I'm in challenging times. And yeah, I was just reminded that I can just hand it all to him and trust that he'll show me the way and trust that everything's going to work out because, God is orchestrating all of it. And there was this really awesome verse that I came across in my I was like listening to the replay of my church, city church up in Mount Riverview. They like they live stream the sermon. No, is that what it
Yeah, the service.
the service, yeah, the service every Sunday, thanks. So I was just watching back on one of those, and our pastor, he shared um the Proverbs 16 verse 9. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. And so that hearing that this morning while on my run just really reminded me that, okay, I can put together my plan, but maybe the steps are not going to be in the exact way that I assume they're going to be. And so I just make the plan and I take the action and I trust in God to show me the way and
Yep.
to show me whatever step is next. Um, and so, yeah, I'm listening to this audio book. It's called $100 Million Offers by Alex
Yep.
Hormozy. Incredible. It's like blowing my mind. I've recommended it to all of my friends in business. Excuse me. It's completely changing the whole way I look at business. Um, and I just feel like I have a bit of resistance towards like strategy in business. So
Yep.
I have resistance towards like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna say this because then someone will want to sign up with me. Right? Like it just doesn't feel right for me. I want to be authentic and just put my offer out there into the world and be like, if you want it and you feel ready for it, take it, sign up. If you're not ready, I'm not going to try and convince you. I'm not going to try and
Yeah.
like guilt you and shame you into thinking, oh, if you don't make this investment, then your life's just going to be shit and you're not going to get anywhere. Because that's complete bullshit. Like
Yeah.
you can do things on your own, right? Like you've been doing your personal development on your own for the past like year and a half, and like you're okay, you're still good, you're still like getting along. Like we
Yeah.
don't always need to have that person there to be able to progress on our journeys. But that's what a lot of the sales and marketing tactics are. And it's like convincing someone your life is not good enough without this product. And it just doesn't align with me. Like I have so much resistance around it. So I love learning about business to a certain extent. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, if I was to continue with that, I feel like I wouldn't be aligned with God. I feel like I'd just be so money hungry that it's just like I put aside my values to continue on that path. So I learn up to a certain point and then I'm like, nah, I'm just going to like trust the process after this because
Yeah.
it starts to feel really stale. And I think the reason why it feels stale is because anything that is inauthentic or anything that I perceive as not being authentic, I'm like completely turned off by.
Yeah.
So
Which
I'm
makes
trying.
sense.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad that I'm not just like this person where everyone who like has a business is listening going, well, good luck having a successful business then.
Yeah, but people might like, for example, people might listen to this and be like, oh, I want someone that has my best interests at heart as a client and not just wanting all my money.
Mm,
So, and I
true.
think that's important. Like
Yeah.
people people need genuine human beings in the world to like, help and support each other. Like if it and also if it's not something that you feel comfortable with, then why do something you don't feel comfortable doing? Like that obviously sometimes you need to do things that are uncomfortable to become
Mm,
comfortable. But if
mm,
it's not aligning with your values and you don't feel comfortable and you don't feel safe in that environment, then it's not for you right now. Who's to say it's not going to be for you in 10 years' time? Just for you
mm.
right now, it's not. It doesn't align. And I think
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And for so long I was doing, when I started this personal development journey, I was like listening to David Goggins and Jocko Willink, and I had a male coach. So I was very much in my masculine, in my gotta do, gotta strive, gotta achieve. And I was like, I've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I also listened to another book that a man wrote, incredible book, but it's called Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. And that's all about literally going out in the world and looking for as many ways that you can fail as possible. Fail, I'm using like quotations because his whole book is the concept of like you never actually fail. Like it's only feedback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I did that and I like ran a half marathon and I did all of the things and was very much always in an uncomfortable position, but I I think I just got to this point where I'm like, and this seems to happen with me as I like progress further forward a bit, but then I get to this point of burnout where I'm like, what am I doing this for? Why am I pushing myself so hard? If I know that I'm worthy and if I love myself and I know God loves me and I love God, then why am I pushing myself so hard? Like what is it all for? Um and so I'm just in tension because I see successful business owners and a lot of what I hear them saying is you've got to get comfortable with a high level of stress to a point where it doesn't feel stressful anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like pushing that threshold, especially while I don't have my own coach, trying to push myself past that comfortable threshold has definitely been a challenge I would say I've been facing since this time last year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think as well because I went through like the breakup, and that breakup was the hardest thing that I've ever gone through. And I don't know if I have fully recovered from that trauma
Yeah.
in terms of like being willing to be uncomfortable again, because that was so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't like I feel like you shouldn't feel like you need to be over it either. Like everyone's trauma is so different and everyone recovers and heals at completely different like rates. You shouldn't be feeling like you need to be over that trauma because it was a lot and it was a lot of your life
Mm,
and especially your adult life, which is like a lot of what you remember the most of. So
yeah.
like don't beat yourself up about that. But also it's this is where it gets hard for I think for people who love self-development is trying to figure out what sort of self-development they want to do because there is so many different ways you could do it. Like you said, keep being uncomfortable, learn to become uncomfortable. How much do you push your stress? But then at what point is it like, well, that's kind of like it's not benefiting me. I'm just stressed.
Mm, yeah.
It is I don't have the answer to that. And I don't I don't know if we ever will have the answer to that because like I want to tell you, oh, don't push yourself to stress that much. But then at the same time, I want to be like, well, I want you to achieve your goals. So I don't know.
Yeah. It's no,
I
I don't expect you to have the answers either. I mean,
yeah.
I'm it's this is a big thing. Like this has been huge for me, especially since becoming a Christian. Um, because like they say in Christianity, like want if you to want nothing means that you will have everything. Or, the whole idea is that you should only want a relationship with God. If you can get to that place where that is the only desire that you have, then you are a truly free person. And I'm understanding it more and more, but I'm also just like, I know I can keep striving and I know I can keep getting more and pushing further and to higher places and being more of an example of what's possible, because why not? Right? Because like why not just like achieve your fullest potential here in this lifetime? But then there's this a huge part of me that's like, I don't want to do that at the detriment of my own enjoyment and satisfaction of life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, that's why, but maybe some people look at me like I had someone say to me yesterday, she's like, you're a busy girl, but like you don't like being a busy girl. I'm like, yeah, why do you think I want to move to Queensland?
Why do you think I want to slow down?
Why do you think I want to slow down? I don't want to go at this rate, but I do want to achieve my fullest potential.
Because you want
But
to. That's the problem. Like you want, and like that's like with me, I'm like, there's so many things I could be doing. What do I want? I don't know what I want. And I think I've just accepted the fact that I want so many different things that I'm just gonna try all of them.
why not? That's what I say to my clients, like when they're like, "Oh, I just want too many things." I'm like, just go for all of them. Why not?
Yeah. We can focus on what's the easiest, maybe right now that you can achieve, but ultimately, yeah, why the frick not?
Yeah, yeah. Why leave it up to chance?
Yeah. Like, I don't know, I think I've just started to really feel like I'm could be missing out on things because I haven't tried many new things, if that makes sense. So like, especially with fitness, like I've
Hmm.
been in such a slump with it. So then like maybe starting the run club is gonna want me like it's gonna motivate me to run. But I'm like, okay, well, is there a different sport that I can do that's gonna make me learn and think while I'm doing it, which might excite me more to work
Hmm.
out? So
Hmm.
like maybe like doing like a Muay Thai or boxing or something, I don't know, something that makes you think about technique and like learn a different skill might excite me into something I didn't know that excited me because I
Yeah, it
wasn't willing to
might.
try. So I don't know, this is it's difficult and you can't always necessarily do the same thing you were doing 3 years ago because the thing you were
No.
doing 3 years ago worked 3 years ago, but it might not work now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And learning that
Exactly.
like that it just is what it is. Like there's so many tools out there and we're forever learning. And I think that's why self-development is forever growing because we're
Mm.
forever changing and we're not only wanting more, but learning more. And you might understand something more. And I don't know, it's a lot. There's so much you could talk about this forever, really.
We could. I feel like for you, you can take that in one of two ways. You can push yourself to try something new and think about, okay, if there is something new that I want to try and give a red hot crack for the next 6 to 12 months, what is that? What is that thing? What comes to mind? What am I like? What is the first thing that inspires me to do and go and try that and commit to it for 6 to 12 months? Or you can remind yourself that your thoughts create your feelings. And so
Yeah.
if you want to feel excited about running, right? Running is the circumstance. And then you want to feel excited about it or inspired or motivated to do it, then it's all about just asking yourself, well, what can I choose to think that will help me to feel inspired, excited, motivated to run
Yeah.
and you're creating that emotion on purpose within your own mind
Yep.
rather than just expecting running, which is completely neutral, expecting running to make you feel excited.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, power of our own thinking.
Our brain is crazy.
It is crazy, but I want to circle back to, what you're working on right now, and what you
Oh
want to
yeah.
overcome. So you were talking about, like having a bit of a mentee be about like turning 26 and thinking like, what have I achieved this year? What have I done? But then, once you actually took a look at it, you were like, oh, I actually have done a lot this year. There are many things that I've done and that I've started and accomplished. And
Yeah.
so like the same response that you kind of gave me is the importance of reflecting, the importance of looking back. Like we're in November now, so if you're listening to this, I want you to look back on your year and do what Tash did. List out what are all of the things that I have achieved this year. Become aware of that for yourself, and then really recognize the effort that you put in to achieving all of those things. And maybe it was more than what you expected, or maybe it was less than what you expected, but recognize that you still achieved and accomplished things, big or small. You still progressed. We never go backwards.
Yeah.
We're always going forwards, and sometimes it's at a high, fast, accelerated pace, and sometimes it's at a slower pace, depending on the season that we're in. Sometimes it can feel slow, but really you've achieved a lot,
Yeah.
right? You've actually, when you look back and reflect, and that's the power of reflection. But you know, what I do for me and what helps me to keep track of what I have achieved in my year is I always do notes on my phone of like my goals. So I'll say like 2024 goals. In 2023, I had 2023 goals, and at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, I will list all of them out. And it's so cool how on notes now you can add like the circle check.
A
Oh,
little
wait,
checkbox. Yeah.
do you have an iPhone? You're a
Yeah.
Samsung. You
I
do
have
now?
an iPhone. I've had an iPhone
Oh,
for a long time.
you've
I've moved away from,
transitioned.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's so much nicer.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so you can do these like checkpoints, and then when you have achieved the goal, you can press on it and it fills it in and colors it in, and it's like tapping into your reward system. It's so satisfying. But then it stays there. So when you check how you're going with your goals later on in the year, I would recommend to do it every month. That's what we do in the connection circle is every month we review our goals that we set at the beginning of the month in at the connection circle. Um and yeah, look at, okay, tick off what I have achieved, or remind yourself of the goals that you do have that are still on your list. So you know what you're working towards, you know what your where your focus is. And so yeah, you don't get to the end of the year being like, what have I achieved? You've got it
Mhm.
there and you can see how many things you've ticked off, and complete the goal setting process, as I would recommend, which is whenever you set a goal, you decide on a gift that you will either do or give yourself once you achieve that goal. And so for each, and I would recommend listing out on that note on your phone, all of the different things that you can do or give yourself as a gift once you have achieved your goal. And then every time you achieve a goal, you go down to that list and you choose that thing. You make that choice to give or do something for yourself to recognize the efforts that you put in to achieving that goal. And
Yeah.
that's how you complete the goal process, right? It's
Yeah.
not just achieve, 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 and then think about the next thing that I'm going to achieve and the next one and the next one. And then you get to this point where you're like, have I achieved anything? It's like, well, you haven't paused to actually give yourself the
Acknowledge.
recognition, yeah, acknowledge the fact that you have achieved a goal. You haven't fully celebrated that for yourself. And so yeah, that's why I love the choosing the gift and actually following through on giving yourself the gift. Because I remember it's like a memory that's imprinted in my brain of Tash when she achieved a goal. I don't even know what the goal was, but I feel like the process of her following through on the gift that she had set for herself, like buying that gift for herself. I think it was like a vacuum.
Yeah, I think it was the Dyson vacuum.
The Dyson vacuum. She like made that decision and then she achieved her goal and then she's like, "Oh, but I don't know, I feel uncomfortable about buying that vacuum now. Like it's a bit like it's a higher price range. It's like something she avoided for so long and I just kept being this annoying person like, "When are you getting the vacuum? When are you getting the vacuum?" Get the damn vacuum. Like the goal process is not complete until you give yourself that gift.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
got it and you got to experience all of the benefits of having that vacuum. You get to get all of the value from it. And it's a much more fun and enjoyable experience vacuuming in your house now.
Yeah. And then just to add to the vacuums, then we bought a robo vacuum.
That's right.
I like my vacuums. The
You're a clean
freaking
lady.
Dyson vacuum cleaner cost me $1,500. And then this robot vacuum cost me like 2,400.
Whoa, see, that Dyson is like nothing in comparison.
I like vacuums.
You like vacuums and
Bradley's like, we
you
can't get any more vacuums.
please, Dash.
We're gonna
So
need
good.
one when we build downstairs. It's just inevitable.
Oh my gosh, so so good. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for your house evolution and renovations.
Yeah, we've been really stagnant because of this weather, to be honest. For like the
Really?
last month, we haven't been able to like do anything. So much water that our retaining wall, so we haven't finished painting our retaining wall.
Mm.
All the dirt is sort of just like sitting like
Mm.
like yay far away from the wall. And for all those watching.
For everyone watching on YouTube.
It's like 2 feet. Let's say 2 feet. I don't know. And so we've just like dug at the dirt. So the dirt's just like sitting there, but sort of like hanging. So then with all the rain, it's like pushed the dirt in. So now we have like a thick, like inch layer in some areas of dirt on the back of our retaining wall, which now we need to clean out. But because it keeps raining, we can't do it because then it's going to probably involve more water. So we have to wait for it all to dry up. So then we can either like scrape it away, dig at it, and then maybe like gurney the wall down before we repaint it. It's
Right.
just a, it's just an ordeal. We just want to get rid of some of our dirt in our backyard. We have like 5 cubes of dirt sitting in our backyard.
Wow. If you're
And
in Ipswich and you want some dirt, hit her up on Instagram.
Hit up Ipswich Run Club, please.
Hit up Ipswich Run Club, give it a follow, go for a run.
Yeah. Hashtag Ipswich Run Club.
I love. So, did you want to talk about, something you're working on or overcoming this week, or do you feel like that's
Um,
complete for you? And we can move on to our topic.
I think it's probably complete. I sort of brought up
Beautiful.
everything.
All right. Well, we said in the last episode that we were very excited to talk about skin. And
Yeah.
so, look, we're 54 minutes in, but you love listening to us if you've made it this far. So
Illy.
enjoy the skin topic. So, what's happening? How are you progressing with the medication?
Um, Pretty good. But while I was sick, I stopped taking my doxy because I just didn't want to mess with my body anymore. But my skin, like for those that are watching, can see that it's like pretty good at the moment. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have some scarring, but
Mm.
no like active pimples, like big pimples, any like cystic pimples at the moment. So it's pretty good. And I'm using the Acne cream every night. And then I've got like face cleanser and a moisturizer. Like I'm not really using much else. And sunscreen, like a natural sunscreen.
Yeah.
Um,
Is your
yeah, just
cleanser recommended by your doctor, or are you just using like
yeah.
a
No, it's recommended.
what is it Acne brand or?
No, it's the starts with S, I think. I've got a photo on my phone, I think. Um
Okay. Well,
but what I was gonna say something. Um Also
yes.
might be like left a topic, but could be affecting my skin is I actually have started eating meat.
No way. No way.
See,
Are
I
you
was vegetarian for 6 years.
was as in past tense, as in you're actually eating meat?
Yep,
Tash,
yep.
what the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm gobsmacked. This is you were gatekeeping this whole episode.
I it wasn't even on my list to tell you. I had like a list of things and I actually forgot to put it on my list.
That's huge. How long ago did you start that?
Maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, how are you feeling?
I don't really feel any different,
Okay.
to be honest. I kind of
Well,
got
what made
sick.
you? Yeah.
I kind of got sick of like not being able to eat when I went out and stuff like that. And only really eating like hot chips or margarita pizzas or pastas or
Yeah.
nothing that was like high protein.
Yeah.
Um, so I just stopped. Just like when I started being vegetarian, I just stopped. And
Mm.
then when I'm now eating meat, I've pretty much eaten meat every day since.
Does it taste really good?
Some of it does taste really good.
Hey, I'm not against vegetarianism by any chance. That's so weird that you're eating meat now because I'm actually eating a lot of vegetarian.
I know, because when you messaged me on Instagram and said, "Oh, you should try this," like it's a lot of vegetarian meals, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" Like I'll.
Yeah, as if you didn't tell me then.
No, I didn't want to. I wanted to see your face.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy to me. I never thought you would eat meat again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
My
you
whole
know what?
relationship with Bradley, I was vegetarian. So we had steak for the first time together like 3 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, is he like a little girl? Like, is he so excited for you? Or is he just like, or whatever?
He's just kind of like whatever, to be
Yeah,
honest.
not a big deal.
Bradley, it's just like, man, life goes on. So,
But you never know.
yeah,
Sometimes he can get like excited about things.
yeah. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It could also be affecting my skin. Like now I'm eating more like protein foods. I don't know. Like in a positive way, obviously, like my skin's not too bad, or it could be negatively. I'm not really sure.
Yes. Well, a lot
But
of what you eat does affect your skin. But you,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
Um, Cetaphil cleanser is what I'm using.
Oh yeah, with a C.
Yeah, not an S. Sorry, guys.
Oh, oh my gosh. Okay. Let us know how you go with that Cetaphil cleanser. I've used it before and it broke me the fuck out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It
Because he gave me a few options and I was like, just gonna probably try all of them. Like,
yeah.
so I just started with this one and see how we go. If it works, it works. It's been all right so far.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, look, Tash, a lot of the things that you do in terms of what you eat and what you put on top of your skin, you're not really going to know how it's affecting you because of the medication that you're on.
Yeah.
Like the doxycycline, it does work. I've known it to work for many, many people. The only issue is that as soon as they came off it, the positive changes didn't last.
Didn't stick.
It
Yeah.
didn't stick, unfortunately. So, and like that was
Yeah.
my experience, my sister's experience, friends. Um, so I mean, yes, stay on it for as long as your doctor has informed you to. But there's definitely ways that you can heal your skin without medication, and that's what I'm really um passionate about because I had a lot of acne when I went off the contraceptive pill like 3 years ago, 4 years ago maybe. Um and if you're a skin girly, you know the battle of you get the doxycycline and that doesn't work. You get the Roaccutane, that doesn't work. You get put on the pill before all of that. That fucks your hormones. Like there are a lot of hormones and things in the food that we eat that is impacting our skin, that is impacting our hormonal balance. Um, and so, but like what's worked for me might be completely different for what's going to work for you. I know with my sister, she had really bad acne, and what completely changed everything for her was cosmeceuticals and skin treatments,
Mm.
like getting laser genesis, peels. Her skin has completely transformed in less than 12 months time. Um,
Mm.
for me, it was diet. So eliminating dairy and sugar, like I mean, try to eliminate sugar as much as possible. But like I know when I have a lot of refined sugars, that's when I will have a breakout. And balancing my hormones is the thing that really changed my life, seeing a naturopath, changing the way that I eat, drinking celery juice. I don't know if anyone has heard of the medical medium. I think that's his name. He swears by, he's like, if you've got acne, you need to drink celery juice on an empty stomach every morning. And like I do that occasionally. I actually
Yeah.
like don't mind the taste of it now. But it's like a whole combination of things like worked for me, and I'm having a breakout at the moment. I actually have no idea why. Um, so
And
it's
it
just
could
like,
be just your hormones just like playing up.
yeah, well, I'm like I just started getting like these breakouts when I changed my diet and I started eating like just really clean, like which is I don't know if I'm like detoxifying, like detoxing,
Maybe.
and it's all like coming out. All of the sugars and the dairy and everything that I ate in Europe and after Europe. But yeah, for you, like keep sharing your journey with us. Like, my theory is that different things work for different people, and I think being willing to try different things until you get the result that you want is the way that you should approach life.
Yeah. No, I agree. I know that what work is going to work for me is probably highly likely not to work for you. Like, I hope that the doxy, once I stop it, my skin stays the way it is,
Me too.
but we'll see.
Yeah, I pray that it does work and like that's all you needed. But yeah, I just want to like pre-warn you just in case like you come off the doxycycline and then like things start to flare up again and you're like what am I doing wrong, and it's like you haven't done anything wrong, it's just the medication
Yeah.
no longer being in your system and being able to work for you, unfortunately. But yeah, same with Roaccutane, like some people take Roaccutane and it works straight away. They never have to have it again. My sister had
Yeah.
it twice, still didn't work for her. I had it and it worked for me for a couple years and then it stopped working. Like the human body is unique and there's not going to be like a one-stop solution for everyone. But at least you're taking the steps to seeing the
Yeah.
improvements that you want to see.
And it took a complete stranger to actually tell me to go get my acne checked. So this is me telling all those lovely women and men out there that have always thought about getting their acne checked and have never done it. I
Mm,
recommend it. You never know what could happen. Like I just lived life with the fact that I had acne and that
mm,
I didn't really like do much about it. I just sort of was like, that's, I guess it's just life. Like it is what it is. But there are people that can help you. And as Liv was saying, that like it might not be going to see a doctor, or it could just be seeing a naturopath or something, like whatever aligns with you at the time,
mm,
or whatever is convenient for you at the time. But yeah, look after yourself. Like it's
mm.
important. I don't think my skin's been this clear in a long time. So and
No.
it's yeah, it's nice to have clean skin and not bleeding like just
Mm,
like sore, like it just was like gross. Like you just feel uncomfortable.
yeah.
You've got a big pimple on your face and you're bleeding and you're at work and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, everyone can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely it can impact, your confidence and like sh the way that you show up and I'm really proud of you for going and working on it and getting it sorted because I know that it's something that you had like it wasn't like I don't know how it's been in the past 12 months, but like, when you were at school and stuff, it was never bad, like it was never
No.
terrible, but you did always have like not always, but like you would get the occasional pimple here and there and stuff, and it definitely is worth looking into because acne on your skin is an inflammatory response in your body.
Yeah.
It's your body literally saying we are fighting ourselves and therefore you are consuming or there's something out of balance that's not working for us.
Yeah.
Like your body
Yeah.
speaks to you through symptoms, not through words.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to, yeah, let everyone know that if you weren't thinking about it and no one said anything to you and you never really thought much of it, like to just try and see, like it can always get better. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, look
And
after yourself.
you are worth it. You are worth your time and energy and money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, that wraps up episode 2. I bloody loved this one.
I know, it was really sweet.
Yes, I had lots of fun.
It's always nice to
S
catch up.
I know everyone. Look, well, you're welcome on coming in on our catch up.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we will do our best to get another episode out ASAP Rocky. But yeah, for now we'll leave you there and love and leave you and yeah, see you in the next one.
Yeah. Love you. Bye.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye bye
Bye.
bye. Love
Love you.
you.
Bye. 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 uh, I've stopped.
Same. So good.
We just gotta try it and see how it goes.
I think it's really good because it's a export audio because
File, save,
export to
save
computer.
project as.
Yeah, no, it's good to have something
That's like
that
ours.
yes, that's catchy, like the bread, that's catchy. As well as the bye bye bye, love you, bye bye. I don't know why you went a little bit mute.
Did I?
Yeah, yeah, you like cut out and then I was just saying it and then you come back. So I don't know if it was
Oh,
because I couldn't hear you because like I was speaking at the same time.
Maybe because like for the last uh fuck, how many seconds? 10 seconds? I was talking.
Okay,
I was
cool.
definitely,
As long as your mic heard you.
yeah, my mic definitely got me. Oh, have you stopped recording on here? Fuck us, honestly.
Hi everyone. They can get that. They can get that.
uh